Holly Rigsby, author of FitYummyMummy and Busy Mom Fat Loss Expert. Let's talk about the most effective way to target your abs. You do this by strengthening your entire core. Most of us are going about this backwards and wasting our time doing hundreds of ab exercises and crunches. Just because you feel a burn doesn't mean you're burning the fat. What do I mean by strengthening your core? Well, you got to work your deepest core muscles, and you work them through stability exercises. Your core is the pillar of your being. If you have a weak core, it impacts every single movement that you make. Your core is where all movement originates. Therefore, it is important that you properly strengthen the deepest muscles in your core. You got to work from the inside out, and this is especially important for moms because we've had babies. Our abdominals have been stretched, so you got to work on strengthening them and bringing them back together. The best and most effective exercise to do this, a core stability exercise known as the plank. But many of us are not doing it properly. Watch this. For this video, you're going to need a partner, and as I mentioned, you're going to need some type of stick. Everybody's got a broomstick, of course, hopefully. If you have a clean house, maybe, maybe not. You need something that's straight that you can hold along your back, and this is going to help you to make those small tweaks and adjustments to perfect the form of your plank so you can really feel the effects of what a true plank position is all about. Patrick's going to help me kind of point out a few areas that I need to improve because we all feel like we're doing it correctly, but there are always ways to improve. Like I had mentioned in that email, going away to these Fit Pro events, there are personal trainers who are still learning the best way to be able to perform a plank and then teach it to their clients. So, what I'm going to do is get down into that plank position. Patrick's going to point out a couple things that I know that I probably need to tweak, and then we're going to show you how you can adjust those different points of your body in the plank position to be able to get more out of it. So, coming down into the plank position, and the stick is going to be the truth maker, because already I know what happens is I round my back with the plank. And I need to, what do you say I need to do? I need to drop my shoulders?
Not that much, right there.
About there?
3 points of contact.
So I need 3 points of contact with this pole down my back.
Okay, lift your lower back up just a little bit.
So I'm lifting my lower back, a little bit too much.
Right there.
Right there. Dropping my shoulders. Now from here, this is that true plank position. And the broomstick or the pole is going to be the truth maker here. Because what I have a tendency to do is that I tend to round my back. A lot of you had said, oh, how do I get rid of that rounding of the back? You got to relax and drop your shoulders, but not too much. And then you said there's a space.
Right here.
Right there's the space? Okay.
Good.
So lifting. And this is where you can tell if your neck is in line with your spine. And it really helps you focus on all areas and all points for the plank to really be effective. The plank is a great place to begin because it helps to strengthen those deepest core muscles known as your transverse abdominis. Did you know that these muscles, when strengthened, actually act like a corset, drawing in your core and helping to create that flat tummy, as well as improving your posture? You ever stop to think about how we have a slouched posture and how this adds to the pooch? The moment that you draw your core in, bring your shoulders up, back, and down, instantly you look a little slimmer. That's a great tip. Got to try that. And it also reminds you to constantly be aware of your core throughout the day. Think of drawing your belly button back to your spine. Imagine that line from your belly button all the way back. You can think of drawing it in. I'm not sucking my breath in to make it happen. I can actually still breathe and make the same movement happen. This is engaging those deepest core muscles, and this is what makes the biggest difference. So, you know, with a strong core, you're going to get more out of these compound exercises that I've been telling you about that help you effectively target your trouble spots. And speaking of compound exercises, there are dozens which work your core because we already know all movement originates from your core. You can think of when you're going to do a squat, anything overhead. You are told to engage your core. You don't want to just have your core out and weak, otherwise the movement's going to be affected by this. There are also wonderful core exercises that you can perform that are going to help you get more out of the movement. I want you to try this. You're going to need a stability ball. Because a lot of us turn to the ab exercises where we're lying flat on the ground and doing those crunches, feeling that burn. Focus on core stability, getting those deep core muscles strengthened, and then you're going to be able to do exercises like this effectively and feel it 100 times more. You're going to be getting into the push-up plank position, feet elevated on the ball. You can choose to do what I'm going to do to get positioned. A lot of people ask, well, what's the best way to get positioned? You can roll yourself forward. Main thing is that your feet are on top of the stability ball. Nice, strong push-up plank position. Now here, just like with the plank, straight line from head to toe. You're drawing your core in. If you have a weak core, you're not going to be able to do this. That's why you got to start with the basics. Then from here, this is called the stability ball step off. Take one foot, tap it to the side, lift it with control, replace it. Do it on the other side. Nice and slow and controlled. Watch that my hips are not dropping, and I am really focusing on drawing my belly button back to my spine. I want you to do this 8 times on each side. Each time coming back to center, making sure you have that solid plank before you lift your foot up, placing it on the other side. Now, I didn't do 8 repetitions on each side, but my gosh, can I feel it? And I'm not just feeling it here. I'm feeling it in my obliques as well as my back. That is your entire core. It is important that you focus on the movements that are going to benefit you the most with the full body workouts that you're doing in order to effectively target your trouble spots. Be on the lookout next week for the release of FitYummyMummy's newest fat loss resource, the Trouble Spot Solution.